All right, so we're getting ready to move to example 2. I just wanted to mention what happens in example 2 is they take a table like this where everything's all separated and they condense it down into what we call a preference table where you take everybody who's voted the same and you put them in the same column. That way the table's smaller, okay, especially if you have lots and lots of votes. So like in this one, if I wanted to turn this into a preference table, I would turn these 3 into one column, and then above it, I would put 3 to mark that there were 3 people who voted this way. And then I would take these 2 and I would make it into one column, and then I put a 2 on the top of that. So this would actually turn into only 1 for the first, second, and third, and then a second column for the 3 people who voted IMPB, and then a third column for the 2 people who voted MVPI. Okay, and then that would be it. I wouldn't have all 6 of these all spread out. So it's kind of nice when they condense it. All right, let's move on to example 2. Okay, so in example 2, I don't know, we're getting a new mascot or something here. Husky, polar bear, and snowman. Okay, and we put it into this table here. So I'm definitely going to need to put this on here. Okay, but we've got our snowmen, we've got our polar bears, we've got our huskies. Now notice what's happened here is 2 people have voted this way. Snowman first, polar bear, then husky. 3 people have voted this way, 5 people. So when we go to like check it out, we have to consider that there were actually 5 people who voted huskies first. We can't just say that counts as 1, that actually counts as 5 first place votes for huskies there. So we're going to be multiplying by items here. Now, you know what? I'm even going to get my calculator for this one because there's a lot of things going on up here. So first of all, the first thing that's good to know is how many total people voted. So 2, 5, 10, plus another 5. So 15 people voted. Okay, that's good to know for, say, when you're doing majority or when you're doing pairwise, you kind of need to know total votes. So in this case, the total votes are 15. We got to keep that in mind. So for majority winner, I would need there to be over 7.5, which is half of 15. So we would need at least 8, if not more, for a majority winner. Now again, in majority, you're only looking at first place votes. So I'm only looking at the top line here. Okay, so this S, this S, this H, this P, this P, this H. All right. So let's say that we're going to start with S. Okay, let's see how many S's that we have here. So just keep in mind, this S is not just a 1, it's 2. 2 people voted. So I'm counting this is 2. This is another 3. So now S is up to 5. And that's it. So right now, just keeping track, S has 5 votes. All right, now let's look at H. H has 5 in this column, and then another one here. So H has 6. And P has 1 here and 3 more here. So P has 4. Okay, so what that means is at this point, Husky has the most, but is that a majority? Is that over half the votes? Well, again, there's a total of 15. We need over 7.5. That's not that. So there's no majority winner here. Okay? Depends. That may matter or it may not, depending on your circumstance. In some situations, you have to have a majority winner. That would matter. Now, one way to solve it when we get there is plurality with comparison. That's one way to solve, hey, we have to have a majority winner. We could use plurality with comparison. Now, right now, the plurality, just looking at plurality, I just look at the first place votes, which we already tallied up here. 5 for snowmen, 6 for huskies, 4 for polar bears. And the plurality winner would be husky. Even though husky is not over half of the votes, it had the most votes, more than the other votes, other items. So it does win plurality. All right. So usually there is a plurality winner. Unless you happen to have a tie, then it's just a tie. You don't have a winner yet. You'd have to do something. All right, board account. So we need to count up how many points by preference for, let's do husky, and then polar bears, and then snowman. All right, so we're just adding up the total points. Now just remember, we have to take into consideration that these columns, this isn't just, so there's 3 things. That means the ones in the first, this is going to be 3 points, 2 points, and then 1 point for bottom row. Okay, the other thing is that, hey, this isn't just one person here, this is two people. So for the first column, there's two people, and they picked S as their number one pick. So for that first group, that's gonna be 2 times 3, which is 6, because again, let me put this up here. Okay, this is 3 points, this is 2 points, this is 1 point. All right, so we're gonna take 3 points for this S, but we have to multiply it by the 2 people, so that's where I got this 6 from that I wrote for S here. Now, for those people, they put for P, now I'm kind of wondering, maybe I could just do this all at once. Let's do this even faster. You know what, let's do this faster. So let's just start with Huskies, all right? So let's see here, for Huskies, there's 5 people up here. So there's 6 people in this total row, 5 here plus 1 here, there's 6. But then we're gonna multiply that by 3. Okay, so that's gonna be a total of 18. Plus, let's find in the second row, there's 3 people here, and there's 1 person here. So that's 4 people, and we know that's 2 points, so 4 people times the 2 points. Oops, that goes in the Huskies. And then for the bottom row, there's 2 people that pick Husky here, and there's 3 people here, so that's a total of 5 times 1. And remember, this 6 plus this 4 plus 5 should equal the 15 total people that voted. Okay, and then we can just add this up using our calculator. 18 plus 8 plus 5, 18 plus 26, 31. All right, my calculator gave me a syntax error, so there's that. Okay, so now that is just Huskies. Now for polar bears, we look in the first column, first place. There's 1 person here, 3 here, that's 4. They get 3 points, so 4 people gave it 3 points. Then let's see here for P, right? Yeah, P. There's 2 people here and another person here, so 3 people gave it 2 points. And then the last column here, there's 3 people. They're doing construction, so it's very loud. I'm sorry. Okay, there's 3 people here. There's 5 people here. So that's a total of 8 people. Gave it 1 point. So let's see here. That's 7 plus, yep, that's 15. So now I have 12 plus 6 is 18 plus another 8 is 26 points. And then for snowman, okay, they have 2 plus another 3 is 5 people, gave it 3 points. Plus, let's look at the second row here, 5 people plus another 3, that's 8, gave it 2 points. And the last row, we've got 1 plus 1, we gave 2 people, gave it 1 point. So 15 plus 16 is 31, plus another 2 is 33. So it looks like this one is snowman wins, all right? Because it has 33 points and Husky only has 31, so it's the winner. All right, let me draw a line here so that we have space for that, but that's where you show all your work. That's how you can show your work. Okay, just write down what you're planning. Sometimes I don't write this all out. Sometimes I just put the 18, the 8, and the 5. You know, just go ahead and multiply that out. All right, so now we're at plurality with comparison. So remember, we started the plurality winner, which is Husky, okay, the one that won the most first place votes, okay? It had 6. Was that a majority? No. That means we're not done. We have to do a revote, except that this is, you know, we're not able to do a revote here, okay, or, you know, we aren't going to take the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take people's preferences and assume that's how they would have voted if we did a revote. Okay, so what happens here is we look at who got the least number of first place votes. So going back to this, Husky got the first, Snowman got the second, and Polar Bear got the least, which means that what we're going to do is we're literally going to take Polar Bear off of this table. Like everywhere there's a P, it goes away. All right, now, the only thing that actually matters is the first place votes. So we slide in this place where the P's were at the top row. We just assume that these 2 columns would move up so that now this H would be the top of this column, and now this S would be the top of this column. And then we look at the first place votes again. So just keep in mind, now up here in this column, there's now an H here, and now there's an S here. Okay, we're just looking at that column. So I'm looking at the S's. There's 2, plus another 3 is 5, plus another 3 is 8, which, by the way, that's enough, right? Because there's only a total of 15. For H, there's 5 here, plus 1 is 7. So for plurality with comparison, okay, when we get to 8, is 8 a majority? So Snowman wins. See, what happens is Snowman gets 8, Husky's got 7. Okay, so Snowman now wins instead of Husky. Okay, was it a majority? Yes. So that makes Snowman the winner for this one. Okay? All right, so now we're at pairwise comparison. So we're just doing 3 combination 2. So there's only going to be 3 things to work with here. So we're going to do Huskies versus polar bears. We're going to do Huskies versus snowmen. And then we're going to do polar bears versus snowmen. That's the 3 items. So just looking at Huskies versus polar bear. Okay, looking at it. Now, by the way, this stuff that I put on here goes back. Erase it out. Don't leave that in your book. If those people who do, you're rude. Okay, you'll see in your book people have done it. They're rude. All right, I think it's rude to leave writing in the book. All right, so now we're looking at Huskies versus polar bears. So in this column, no, Huskies loses, not counting it. Here, yes, Huskies wins. That's 3 though. 3 people preferred it, so we're now at 3. Then here we've got Huskies, yes, so that's 8. Here, no, polar bears is higher. Here, no, polar bears is higher. Here, yes, so that's another 1. So that's 9 people preferred Huskies. That means only 6 people preferred polar bears. That means Huskies wins that one. All right, now we're doing Huskies versus snowmen. So in the first column, no, snowman wins. Huskies loses here also. Snowman is higher. Here, Husky wins, so that's 5. Here it wins again, that's 6. No, Huskies loses here. It wins here, so that's 7 for Huskies here, which means with 15, 8 must choose snowman, so snowman wins that one. All right, now we're at polar bears versus snowmen. So I'm just counting the polar bears, okay, just because it was the first one on my list, okay? So here, polar bears loses against snowmen, so no. Here, polar bears loses, no. Here, polar bears loses, no. Here, polar bear wins, so that's 1 person. Here it wins another 3, so that's up to 4. Here it wins again, so that's 5 for polar bears, which means 10 for snowmen. Okay, so when you look at this, H got 1 point, S got 2 points, polar bears got 0 points. It didn't win any of the head-to-head situations. All right, so that means that in this case, snowman is the winner. All right, I hope this is helpful to you. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow, you guys are going to be practicing this, and then on Wednesday, you guys are going to have to check in with me. Remember, it's either a Google Hangout, you meet me there, I'll tell you when those are going to happen, or you email me. You've got to be emailing me, and we need to, maybe back and forth. We need to be communicating, or you fill out a Google form that I share with you asking you how things are going this week. All right, you guys take care. Sorry the videos are so long this week. Hopefully next week they'll definitely be shorter. All right, if we even need any. All right, talk to you guys later.